What's up, guys? Welcome to Gaming Pickups number 10. I've got a few things to show off today that I've picked up over the last week or so. Not a whole lot of stuff, but enough to make a video, and hopefully it won't be too long. As you can see, I've got a fresh haircut, so no more long, straggly hair, for me anyway. But let's get right down to business. The other day on one of those online yard sales, I found a lady that was selling a couple Wii games. She was asking, I think, $8 a piece for them. I talked her down to $6 a piece, and they were both complete, so it wasn't a bad deal. I got Lego Batman 2. I think this is worth about $12. And then also Sonic Colors, and I think it's worth about the same. So I didn't have either of these, and it's pretty cool. So I think it was up for a decent price. And so yeah, I was happy to get those, which I didn't have a Wii, of course, but hopefully we can solve that problem in the near future. And the other day I got an idea. I was kind of looking around on some of the retail stores' websites to see if they still had any PS2 games, new in the box. And at Walmart I found that they still had one that I kind of wanted to get sealed. I have it open and used, but I wanted to get a copy of it sealed, and it was only $5. So that was pretty cool to pick up. I got Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $5, and it's worth, I think, about $10 sealed right now. But I mean, I'm sure in the future, if it's not worth any more than $10, I still got it for half that price, and I feel like it'll probably go up, eventually. So that was pretty cool to get a sealed PS2 game from a retail store. I got it from Walmart online. If you go on there and order, you can go in and pick it up from the store once it comes in without paying any shipping. So check it out. They have a few more games on there. Not a lot more. Most of them are kind of crappy, but whatever. And then the other day I got on Craigslist, and this girl was selling a stack of PS2 games for her brother. And in that stack, there were a couple games that I wanted. She was selling them as a lot. I told her that I'd give her $5 a piece for these two if she would sell them separate. She said that she was just selling them as a lot, but that, if in a week or so she'd get back to me if she hadn't sold them. Well, the very next day, she contacted me and asked if I wanted them. And I did. I was like, cool. And then she came to realize that one of the games I wanted was actually a GameCube game. She was like, well, do you still want the other one? I said, well, yeah, but I also want the GameCube game as well, because I knew it was a GameCube game the whole time, obviously by the title. And, for $5 it was a steal for this game. And so she said, oh, okay, well then that's cool. I'll meet you up, and we'll do the deal. Well, I met up with her and picked up these two games. The first is Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. This is about a $15 game missing the manual. It'd be worth about $20, $25 if it had the manual, but for $5 it's a pretty rare game actually. It's an EA game, but it's kind of a real-time strategy, which is unusual for the Alien series to do, so that was pretty cool. And then I picked up this gem, The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. It's complete. It's got Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask on it. So that's pretty awesome to pick up for $5. I was really happy to get this because I've had my eye on it, and every time I go to a retail store they're asking $40. But that was awesome. But she threw this in as well. It's the Wind Waker strategy guide that includes an Ocarina of Time strategy guide. I don't know if you can see that right there. So I've got a strategy guide for both Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker free of charge, and it's one of the Prima strategy guides, and it's pretty sweet. It reminds me of the guide that I had for Ocarina of Time back in the day when I had my collector's edition gold version, but that was many moons ago, and I don't have it anymore. But then I went to that pawn shop again that's over by Sarah's house where I got the Godzilla and the Twilight Princess for $4. I found one game that interested me, and it's worth a little bit of money. $4. I got Pitfall Adventure, or Pitfall the Lost Expedition. I don't know where I got Adventure from, but it's worth about, I think, $12, and it is complete. And it comes with Pitfall and Pitfall 2, the original games. And it looks pretty cool. You know, it looks, this game, there's a sticker on the back where it was bought from Blockbuster when Blockbuster was clearing out their inventory, I guess, in 2006 for $6.99. The 15th of June 2006, I had just graduated high school about a month before that, so it's kind of funny that, you know, this game entered the secondary market about the same time that I entered the post-secondary education market, I guess. But that's kind of neat, whatever. And I went to this yard sale where it was advertised as a 25 family yard sale. It was huge, really big. I had all kinds of stuff, but they didn't have a lot of games. They had a few. And I saw a box sitting there with, it was another one of those big box deals that Namco does, and I didn't see the game for it. So I asked them, hey, you know, do you have the game for this? And she was like, oh yeah, I think it's inside. So she ran inside and found it and brought it back out, and asked her if she had any other games, and she said they had a big box of Wii games somewhere, but they couldn't find them. She told me to check back the next day, but they couldn't find the games. I told them if they found them when cleaning up to message me, but anyway, I did pick up this there. I got Time Crisis 4 for the PS3 with the GunCon 3. It is complete, and I got it for $12. It's worth about $40 complete, so that's pretty cool. You know, it'll go up there alongside my Time Crisis 3 for the PS2 on the old top shelf, I guess, when I actually have a top shelf. And then there was one more thing that I got this weekend. And it's something that I've had in mind to get for a while now, and I actually just mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video. I never had a Wii until now. I have a complete, near complete in box, black, upside down, there we go, black Wii. It came with the soundtrack for Super Mario Galaxy, and it came with the Wii remote and the nunchuck and everything. And it's the black one, obviously. It's the the limited run. The only thing that's missing is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is supposed to come with it. The girl is looking for it. She said it's somewhere in her house, and she's going to find it and give it to me. So this alone is worth like $80 to $100. This version of the Wii, and then the Mario is worth like $30, $35. And then she also threw in a couple other games that her daughter had, but I mean, they're nothing that I'm really crazy about, but I should be able to sell them for a little bit of money to pick up some stuff that I want. They're Just Dance Disney Party in this Redbox case. I assume that they rented this from Redbox and didn't return it, so they ended up paying the price of the game. I don't know. And that game's actually worth like $10, $15 just loose. And then also got Barbie Horse Adventure Riding Camp. It is missing the manual, but it still is worth like $15, $20. So the game prices alone almost made up. I paid $40 for the whole deal. I forgot to mention that. And the games that came with it pretty much paid for the whole deal. So that's pretty cool. I got a Wii, got a limited edition Wii, and I've actually got one now to play, the Twilight Princess and some of the other games I've got now. I guess I've got 3, 4, 5 Wii games that I actually care about, and then the 2 that came with it. So I've got all the next gen systems now except an Xbox 360. And by next gen I mean current gen, but you know what I'm talking about. And then I've got all of the mainstream systems now. I'm just missing, some of the obscure stuff like the TurboGrafx and the Neo Geo, CDI, that type of thing. I actually know a guy that picked up a 3DO the other day for $30 in the box. I was pretty ticked when I found that out, but good for him. He's another collector from here in town, so I'm glad if anybody got it, it was him. But I think that's everything I've got. But before I go, I checked out a new wrestling podcast today. It's the Colt Cabana podcast. To those of you that don't know, he's an indie wrestler that has had a cup of coffee, I think, with Ring of Honor, and then also actually in WWE for a little while, I think. And but he has different wrestlers and people among the industry on his show every week, and it's actually pretty cool. I was listening to him talk to Ted DiBiase earlier, and it's pretty interesting to find out about the industry in the 70s and 80s when DiBiase was running rampant. But check it out, and you won't regret it. And other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.